Hello, VEDA. This is the one blog that I really debated whether or not I wanted to talk about what I wanted to talk about. And I decided that if in 30 days I have one serious vlog, then it's okay. What I want to talk to you about is the thing that makes me the most angry. And it is that people assume they know my life decisions better than I do simply because I am young. I have never really been the sort of person who was interested in having children. I mean, children are cool. I don't want one. And people think that just because I am 24, I will change my mind. Or I'll change my mind when I find the right person. Or, well, you're just so young, you don't know what you want anymore. And the thing about it is, even my mother has acknowledged that in the 24 years of my existence, I have had no desire to have children whatsoever. Nothing. Nada. And so when I tell people that I am not interested in bearing children, they look at me like I am some sort of two-headed monstrosity. Why? Because I don't fit into their ideals of what women should do. And this really pisses me off. First of all, the reason I don't want children is pretty simple. I don't want them. This doesn't mean that I hate children. In fact, I have an adorable tiny nephew that is my friend Kat's son. He is very cute and he loves crashing trains. Come on, what a cool baby. And several of my other friends have babies. I'm totally cool being an honorary aunt. My sister is going to have like 17 kids because she is ridiculously nurturing. Me, meh. I don't hate people who have kids. See point A. If you want to have kids, that's great. I respect your life choices. It's just, I look at motherhood and being a parent as a job because it is. It's 18 years that you have to raise this thing and take care of it and feed it and change it and make sure it grows up to be an actual person. And it's not a job that I have ever fancied myself having. For those of you who are parents, kudos to you because it's fucking hard. And I get it. And I respect your choice to become a parent, so I don't understand why people don't respect mine to not be a parent. The latest incident was actually back in December. I was sitting in one of those paint your own pottery places with my friend Carson, and she was making a project for her friend, and I was spending some time with her. I'd hung out with her earlier in the day, and we had gotten lunch, and I had to go to work soon, so we went, and the pottery place is by our work. We work together. And we were sitting there. She was painting. I was minding my own business. The lady who owned the place was across the room from us working on some of her stuff. And we got onto the topic of children. And Carson mentioned how she very much wants to have babies and has this whole plan to homeschool them for the first couple of years and then introduce them into school later. To which I mentioned I didn't want to have kids. So across the room, the lady looks at me and says, "Oh, honey, you'll change your mind." First of all, you don't know me. Second of all, who the fuck are you to tell me what I'm going to do with my life? I find it very frustrating that the answers are always the same. Oh, you'll change your mind. When you find the right guy, you'll change your mind. What's to say that the right guy for me also doesn't want kids? There are all sorts of people in the world. So the fact that I don't want babies doesn't affect you. But what about the women who can't have children? Well, that's really sad, and I feel very badly for you that this is not something that you can achieve on your own, whether you've tried all the natural process and all of the new medical advancements. If it's just not something that's physically possible for you, there's surrogacy and there's adoption. You can have a baby in more ways than one these days. Well, but you're a girl. So fucking what? really, that's all I have to say about it, because just because I'm a girl, I should be popping out babies? Please, there are so many other things I would rather do with my life. So, for those of you who have children, and it's what you want, I couldn't be happier for you. Like I said, I have several friends who have children. I have many adorable honorary nieces and nephews who I plan to spoil rotten in the future and teach them how to spin fire and be generally destructive in their households. Uh, you know, my sister's gonna have kids, so for the people who are like, well, don't your parents want grandbabies? I have a sister. Uh. So I don't get it. It's the one thing that really, really gets under my skin. Just because I'm young doesn't mean I don't know what I want to do with my life. I mean, it's ridiculous that at 18 or younger you're supposed to know what career you want for the next 40 plus years. But when I say I don't want kids, people undermine my decisions. I don't get it. So, there it is. There's my serious vlog. Now, if you have questions about being child-free, feel free to ask me. If, the only thing I ask is that you don't be derogatory and you don't tell me that I'll change my mind, because seriously, it's not cute. And the more times I hear it, the less cute it gets. So at this point, just don't. Just don't even. So that concludes tonight's serious vlog. All I ask is that we respect each other, which I guess is sometimes too much to ask. So that's it. I guess I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, VEDA.